so excited. Lulu. And then this is going to be awesome. That thing. Lulu. Love the monster. Love the Grims. Howls are awesome. First 2-star. Second Awakening. Let's go. Super excited. Because like a lot of my videos is about if you don't have Fran, there's Lulu and Vero with Shannon. Whoa. Alright, so as you can see, got the Fire Grim Reaper getting ready. 6-starring, going through Aiden Forest Hill, and we are trying to completely lift him up, getting ready. He's already got max skills. Awakened. Looks like this will be a good room. What we're going to do is we're going to go over the patch notes. Then we are going to go through and look at how each individual Grim Reaper is now, and each individual Howl, which is awesome because I have every Grim Reaper. I'm not sure if I have every Howl though. So notice developer notes. New dimension update. Cold run. Sorry, last month of 2020. Summoner's War has gone through many events in this year. Dimension Predator, Steel Fortress, Punisher's Crypt, Artifact, Siege, Battle, Tournament, Collaboration, Repeat Battle, and more. 2020 will be remembered as a special year in which we were able to grow further by improving and polishing various parts of Summoner's War. All these were possible because of our summoners. We'd like to thank everyone for the interest, support, and feedback. We know our team needs to work harder to make the game more fun, and we promise to do our best to provide more enjoyment in the future. So they continue to listen to their summoners. This note will be the last developer's note of this year. We are excited to talk about the new update that all of you have been waiting for. The new dimension. We'll get started right away. Dimension is called Deering right here. Right here. It already looks pretty freaking awesome. The color and layout. The fourth dimension is called Cauldron. Don't know if I'm saying this right, but hey. Dimension Cauldron is a land of the dead, filled with dark energy that has no trace of life. It's said that summoners can witness souls wandering on the verge of death. Ruins of silent death. Consisting of 2 dungeons. Dimension Dungeon and Second Awakening Dungeon. New Second Awakening Dungeon. Hereinafter 2A. Monsters are Howl and Grim Reaper. Kind of excited. The entrance condition of Dimension Cauldron is to include monsters of each type. A new entrance condition in this dimension. Summoners must include monsters of 4 types: attack, defense, HP, and support to battle. So you're probably not going to have like a super fast run, but HP, support, attack, and defense, it's going to be a successful run if you run your monsters correctly. I don't care, you can throw in every 5-star monster you got, but if you got poop runes, you ain't getting through. Sorry. Farm them runes. Dimension Cauldron Second Awakening. Please take a look at the images of the 2A Howl and Grim Reaper first. Dude, that's awesome. They split into 3. So the whole hat times death theme equals 3. Boom, there's your 3. The 3 Howls, basically. It was one that splits into 3, but it's probably singular. Still, it's just the one split itself up. That looks awesome. Then here's your Grim Reaper. This is Than, Dark Grim Reaper. There's the Hourglass and the Scythe. I'm confused on the whole moth thing, though. Oh well. So Howls a 2-star water support. Awakened. Attacks the enemy target and recovers the HP of the ally with the lowest HP by 15%. Then we have skill 2, Heal. Removes all harmful effects on the target ally and recovers both your HP and the target's HP by 20%. Pretty good. Remove Heal. This skill's awesome. Removes 2 harmful effects of all allies and recovers the HP of all allies by 20%. Grant immunity on the allies who had harmful effects for 2 turns. Alright, now second awakened for the Howl. Oh, look at that. One looks so sad. There in the back. The other one looks kind of surprised. The one in the front, he's ready for battle. It's cool. Attack. Attacks the enemy target and recovers HP of the ally with the lowest HP ratio by 15%. Oh, come on. They could have made that like 20%. Or recovers everyone by 15%. Removes all harmful heal for skill 2 at second awaken. It removes all harmful effects on the target ally and grants immunity for 1 turn. In addition, recovers both your HP and the target's HP by 25% each. So it goes up 5%. Removes all harmful effects of all allies and recovers the HP of all allies by 25%. So 5%, and it removes all harmful effects. 5% each. Grants immunity on the allies who had no harmful effects for 2 turns. Come on. It could have went, let's cleanse, because this is second awaken. It needs to be a good jump. So, yeah, it shouldn't be who has no harmful effects. It should be a cleanse, throw up immunity. Boom. Kind of let down by that, but still, it's some improvement. Very little at this point at that though. Then we have Grim Reaper, who's Than, Dark Grim Reaper, Awaken. Grim Scythe reaps the life of the enemy with a deadly scythe. Acquires an additional turn if the enemy dies. Okay, which goes into second awakened with Grim Scythe that reaps the life of the enemy with a deadly scythe. Acquires an additional turn if the enemy dies. Same. No change in skill 1 on either one. Spreads a plague to all enemies that has an 80% chance to inflict 2 continuous damage effects that last for 2 turns. Spreads a plague to all enemies to inflict 2 continuous damage for 2 turns. You instantly gain another turn if you turn after using the skill. That's cool. And it's not even based on percentage. It just hits him. Alright. Then for skill 3 we had meteorites of doomsday fall on the enemies, and the inflicted damage increases with time. Stuns the enemy for 1 turn if the enemy is under continuous damage. Okay. So then we go to the awakened form of doomsday. Meteorites of doomsday fall on the enemies. and the inflicted damage increases with time. Huh? Okay. Well, stuns the target for 1 turn and recovers your attack bar by 20% each if the enemy is under continuous damage. Okay. Tuning for update, the Dark Grimmer could be useful. Climbing Trail Ascensions Hell. Oh, so they made him where he's a Trail Ascensions Hell monster. So level 5 is Lulu. I don't know if I like that one. That's gonna be difficult. The Dark is level 5. Okay. So the Grim Reaper stage goes Wind, Fire, Light, Water, Dark, being level 1 to 5. For the Howls is Dark, Light, Wind, Fire, Water, going from 1 to 5. Okay. This is okay. This guy looks awesome. Skill name, Ancient Strike. Attacks all enemies and recovers the HP proportional to the damage dealt. This attack ignores all effects that resist death. Okay. Principle of Casualty is a passive. The attack speed increases whenever the Ancient Guardian or minions get attacked from the enemies. The increased attack speed resists at the start of each turn. In addition, the attack power increases permanently whenever the Ancient Guardian gets a turn. Then we have the Unity of Cauldron. The Ancient Guardian and the minions increase the aura of death of the enemy proportional to the damage their attack inflicts. The defeated target cannot be revived during the battle. In addition, the HP recovery amount of the enemy will be decreased by 25% per alive minion. What is the Aura of Death? It is the effect that increases in proportion to the amount of damage you receive from the Ancient Guardian and minions. The amount of damage inflicted to the enemies decreased, and the amount of damage received from the enemies increased, depending on the degree of Aura of Death. The Aura of Death can be reduced through HP recovery. The more Aura of Death accumulates, the stronger the effect power gets, so it will be important to utilize monsters who can recover HP. You have prepared an image of a screen that's currently under development. For better understanding, you will see a screen below Aura of Death is pulled. Okay, so a little skull emblem. If I'm not mistaken, that's the same skull they were showing with the scythe and then times the skull equals. And then one was the little hourglass. So yeah, the hourglass. Okay. I guess the moth is supposed to represent the Aura of Death. Alright, I can see it. The Ancient Guardian will summon minions on its both sides in each phase, and these minions have an ability to combine their skills. The following monsters will be summoned in each phase. So we have phase 1, the Fire Grim Reaper and the Water Howl. Then we have the Fire Death Knight, the Wind Lich for phase 2, and phase 3 we have Wind Hit Lady and Dark Vampire. So the skill 1 for phase 1 as a sneak peek, Power of Death, so passive. Inflicts continuous damage for 3 turns with each attack and gains a turn instantly if the enemy dies. In addition, recovers the HP by 20% when the turn ends. Power of Death, exploit phase 2. Summon monsters, Fire Death Knight. Windlich. Phase 3. Power of Death. Requiem. Summon monsters, wind, hell lady, and dark vampire. Okay. Lastly, we'll talk about rewards. Summoners can get the following battle rewards. Random among ancient runes, ancient grindstones, and ancient gems. Set that you'll be getting. And I'm guessing you'll be able to craft this set as well. Be swift, guard, shield, destroy tolerance. Yeah, some swift ancient runes. Like that. Discuss the snow plan released via next update. So please stay tuned. We're excited to see how all summoners will utilize the new Second Awakened monsters. We believe the new dimension and the new entrance condition will allow you to come up with new interesting strategies of your own. Okay. Oh, they say Happy Holidays and Happy New Year's. New things already planned for 2021. So there's that. Now let's look at the monsters. So we'll start with Fire Grim Reaper Awakened. So this is currently with how the Grim Reapers are laid out. Reaps the life of the enemy with a deadly scythe. Acquires additional turn if the enemy dies. Inflict damage to all enemies with a deadly scythe. Always lands a critical hit if the enemy's HP is 30% lower. 30% or lower. Just realized I have my room wrong for this skill. Creates a living hell for the enemies and inflicts continuous damage and disturbs the enemy's HP recovery for 3 turns. And his passive is increase the attack power of the allied monsters with fire attribute by 30. Old leader skill. We'll go to water. Hemos. Roots the enemy with a daily swipe. Scythe. Acquires additional turn if the enemy dies. Spreads a plague to all enemies. That has an 80% chance to inflict 2 continuous damage effects that last for 2 turns. Decrease the enemy's attack speed with freezing chills for 3 turns and freezes the enemy for 1 turn. Reusable in 5 turns. Skill cooldowns about 3 turns. Increase the attack power of ally monsters with water attribute by 30%. Increase the attack power of ally monsters. Okay. That's the leader skill. Let's see. That's 4,635 HP. 446 attack, 226 defense, speed 91, 255 speed 91, 255 defense, 434 attack, 4,365 HP. That's at level 30. Hiva. It's looking like all the base speeds are 90. Yeah, 91. Alright, so Hiva, 91 speed, 250 defense, 410 attack, 4,815 HP. Reaps the life of the enemy with a daily size squares this return if the enemy dies. Basically, so far they're all on the same first skill. Inflicts damage to all enemies with a deadly scythe. Always lands a critical hit if the enemy's HP is 30% or lower. Is that the fire one also? Basically, yes it is. Predicts the enemy's death with the wind of heavens. Sorry. The less HP the targeted enemy currently has, the larger the damage becomes, and the cooldown is removed if the enemy dies. I saw a video of Jubago using this guy. It actually hit pretty freaking hard. Especially that last hit, because it hits the multiple times. It hits more than once. So it's boom, 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 and every time it decreases the HP, and it uses that same effect. The less HP the target enemy currently has, the larger the damage becomes. So hit 1 is already knocking it down some. Then you have hit 2, knocking it down some more, which increases the damage. And then the next, when it increases the damage for the third hit, hits again, boom. So it just gets that perfect scale, increasing the chance of death and lessening its chance of survival all at the same time. Just perfect. Pretty awesome. So then it's just going to increase its attack power of 1 attributes. Then you have Prome. Okay. I never really looked into these. I thought they were awesome, but there's better units to use. Now they might actually be. I might actually build every single one now. Actually, I think I'm going to, just to play with them. HP 4,275, attack 493, defense 202, speed 291. Wouldn't that be great for some base speed? 291. Woo. 91 speed. Rips the life of the enemy with an additional scythe, requires additional turn if the enemy dies. Inflicts damage to all enemies with a deadly scythe. Always lands a critical hit if the enemy's HP is 30% or lower. Brings an inevitable judgment upon all enemies, stunning them and decreasing their defense for 1 turn. The inflicted damage is proportional to the enemy's max HP. Increases the attack power of all allies with light attributes. We already went over this guy. But his speed is 91, defense is 166, attack 446, HP 5,520. Woo! He has the most HP. Not the most attack. That goes to the light. And the water has the most defense. Okay. Reaps the life of the enemy with a deadly scythe, requires this return if the enemy dies. Spreads a plague to all enemies with an 80% chance to inflict 2 continuous damage effects that last for 2 turns. Meteorites of Doomsday fall into the enemies, and the inflicted damage increases with time. Stuns the enemy for 1 turn if the enemy is under continuous damage effects. Pretty stoked. Now let's go to the Howls. Where are we at? Where? No way. Right there. All by themselves. By our little self. Lala. Speed 99. 218 defense, 218 attack, 3,270 HP. Attacks the enemy target and recovers the HP of an ally with the lowest HP ratio by 15%. Removes all harmful effects on the target ally and recovers both your HP and the target's HP by 20%. So it's just like Lulu's. Removes up to 6 harmful effects on an ally and attacks if possible. She could definitely use a second awakening with tweaks on her skills. 'Cause, I just don't see a use for her. Lulu attacks the enemy target and recovers the HP of an ally with 50% with the lowest HP by 15%. Removes all harmful effects on the target ally. Recovers both your HP and target's HP by 20%. This one removes 2 harmful effects from all allies and recovers the HP of all allies by 20%. Grants immunity to the ones who didn't have a harmful effect for 2 turns, which works nice. Speed 99, defense 214, attack 209, HP 3,465. Okay, I'm going to the win. Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi. Cha-Cha. Chi-Chi. Cha-Cha. Oh no, I see I, so I see Cha-Cha. Attacks the enemy target and recovers the HP of an ally with the lowest HP ratio by 50%. Removes all harmful effects on you and the target ally and recovers HP by 20%. Attacks the enemy and recovers all allies by 50% inflict damage. This one might actually be pretty good. What's that? Support? Are they all support? Yes. Okay. Then we have SOOOO. SOOOO. I don't know why, but that name is catchy. SOOOO. I was actually going to be building this before over Lulu, but I was looking through her skills and I thought Lulu's third skill was a little bit better. So it's like, I'll stick with Lulu. This would have been my next pick from the Howls, based on their current skill sets. Attacks the enemy target and recovers the HP of an ally with the lowest HP by 15%. Removes all harmful effects on you and the target ally and recovers 20% of your HP. Recovers the HP of all allies by 20% and recovers the ally with the lowest HP by 20%. One more time. Grants immunity on all allies with full HP for 2 turns. See, it's full HP. I kind of liked the removal of harmful effects. Over the additional healing. I mean, it grants immunity on the allies with full HP. That's kind of cool, I guess, because if you can hit... Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Attacks enemy and also transfers to harmful effect. Oh, we're starting at the wrong side. We'll start at skill 3 because, yeah, the same thing as skill 1. Attacks enemy and also transfers the harmful effect on yourself to the target. Removes all harmful effects on the target ally and recovers both your HP and the target's HP by 20%. Attacks the enemy target and recovers the HP of an ally with the lowest HP ratio by 15%. See, it would have to be for me water, dark, and then wind for these. Now let's go take a look at where every Grim Reaper is and the Howls are. So no, Aiden Force has the wind. So yeah. So in scenario, you have Aiden Forced for the Wind Grim Reaper. I think tomorrow, Haidini has the Water Howl. I believe that's the only one. I don't know why I didn't look for both while I was going through this. Yeah, I think that's the only one. So So we have one for each in scenarios. Aiden Forest is for Grim Reaper, and then Houdini Ruins is for the Water Howl. Okay, now let's go look. I believe the rest are in the secret dungeons. So yes, there's the Wind Howl for the Wind secret dungeons. Then you have the Water Howl. Water Howl. Look at that. Look at that Water Howl. We have the Light Howl. The Dark Howl. The Fire Howl. The Water Reaper. And sorry, one Grim Reaper and the secret dungeons. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So the other 4 howls are in the secret dungeons. Could have swore there was another way to get the Grim Reapers. There's the Water Grim Reaper. What? Why is that? Why couldn't they make that? Okay, that's just dumb. It should at least be the fire. Or a random Grim Reaper at random. Not 2 places to get water. 'Cause I don't think you can get the other Grim Reapers anywhere. I don't know. Yeah. No, you can't. That's it. So you can farm the water and the wind one. The other ones are kind of out of luck unless you summon and you get one. Unless I'm wrong. If I am, don't be afraid to tell me. Let me know. If I'm wrong, say so. I accept. I've played the game for years, but I still don't know everything about it. I kind of got set in my way with it. Just like a lot of people, they get set in the way with the game, and that's what they do. But yes, we are looking at the new dimensional hole. Gonna be right here. Right here. The dimension hasn't opened. Not yet, but it will be. Right here. Oh my goodness. All right here. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. I'm stoked. So yeah, go ahead, leave your comments below on who you are first going to build, because as you can see, I am building Fire Reaper first. Kind of idea from like the Demon from Hell, fiery depths of hell. Yeah, plus the whole red and black thing going on. Just comment who you're first going to build between the Grim Reapers, the Howls, who you think is going to be who's going to get the better of the skill boosting. And you have a good day, good night, good day, good night. Whatever it is for you, you have a good one. Happy holidays. Happy New Year's. Peace out, Summoners.